In Nope, 2022, as Emerald is giving the pitch about Haywood being their great-great-grandfather, OJ points out that she missed a great later. We hear audio of their father giving the same pitch. She missed a great because she was giving their father's pitch for the first time since his death. Realizing we saw the monster at the very beginning blew my mind the second time I watched this. I'm still blown away both by how good this movie was, and by how underrated it is. Hangman Adam Page has deleted his Instagram. Hangman Page remains nothing if not extremely subtle. For anyone wondering about Bluesky, it's literally him talking about plants and gardening. He drank a man's blood and is anti-fascist, so somehow a cowboy is simultaneously the most metal and most punk guy in professional wrestling. Misa Verde. Wisa wanna open a new branch, Okide. Hisa gets to be a lawyer. Don't Look Up, a satire so well done it made me lose faith in humanity. My favorite part was Jennifer Lawrence just being unable to let the fact the general charged her for snacks go. Like she'll be talking very seriously and then just mention what he did and she couldn't understand. I think before you totally lose faith, know that director Adam McKay feels so strongly about these issues that he also operates a non-profit called Yellow Dot, a media studio founded to fight oil misinformation and climate inaction. It's a good thing the part about the megalomaniac tech billionaire who is included in the highest circle of power in the nation and ultimately destroys the world through hubris and greed is fictional. Why did they change the actress for Pansy Parkinson? I too wonder why she was recast. She had the picture-perfect sassy look of Pansy Parkinson. Bruh, that's Emma in a wig. KCD2 This practice of pre-order quest and expansion pass for single-player games should not only be criticized for Ubisoft games alone. You guys know the meta. Simply wait 4 to 7 years for the game's deluxe edition to go on sale, then you get everything for a fraction of the price. DLCs make sense, but paywalling a quest is just stupid immo. Neil Gaiman hit with rape and human trafficking suits after months of allegations, estranged spouse Amanda Palmer also named in multi-state filings. How the fuck is Neil Gaiman this year's Diddy? And fuck Amanda Palmer for enabling it. Dear goodness, does it get any worse than this? In Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, 2022, there's a secret message in the book of fairy tales. Full explanation in third image. Something from this movie that isn't the wolf in the background. Great find. Not just Goldie, they all, except Big Jack obviously, realized that they already had what they were looking for at the end, no magic required. ReZero Kara Haji Meru Isekai Seiketsu Season 3 ReZero, Starting Life in Another World Season 3, Episode 1 Discussion. It seems to me like Wrath had two powers. One is a form of mind control, the other is some sort of multi-targeting voodoo doll magic. That's so interesting. I feel like the only way to defeat her then would be to kill her before she can cast anything. That's why we needed a 1.5-hour special. We couldn't have had 3 episodes without Subaru dying. People would have thought this was now a fun slice of life Isekai. I am really interested to see what Sirius' ability is. I have my theories of how all of these work and it has to do with the correlating which would mean that her main ability would also be to heal injuries, but I guess it could be a bit more twisted. I got to see this episode at the premiere in LA back in July. The audience reaction was amazing. During the Q&A, the director said he made this episode the length he did because he felt he absolutely could not end the first episode until Subaru's first return by death. He then asked the audience, "Do you think I made the right decision?" To which the audience responded by cheering. "Then I guess I did my job," was his response. Your Name movie producer confesses to have paid over 20 underage girls for sexual favors, anime hunch. That thumbnail is wild lol. I thought it was referring to Makoto Shinkai for a split second and almost died. Well, at least they were over 20. What was the most blood-boiling line in The Office? I'll go first. What are you microwaving? And you know her husband's in a wheelchair, right? Close your mouth, sweetie, you look like a trout. Hand em over numbnuts. Shaft animator Hiroto Nagata breaks down on Twitter, saying he has been crying while working because he was told that he would be erased from the industry if he didn't complete the work on time. One of the Japanese quote tweets says, even though someone is this skilled, the fact that they say this shows that they really only see them as slaves. Absolutely horrible. Yet another talent being treated like dog shit. These studios can honestly just be god awful. That's literally supervillain dialogue, WTF. What are everyone's thoughts on these guys? They wear red, so you can't see them bleed. I like them in Battlefront 2. Look sick, should have been used more. Showed up and did nothing. They're a branding exercise. JJ needed a new trooper to create speculation about his movie and sell merch, but he couldn't come up with anything more interesting than Red Stormtrooper. At the start of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, 1989, Indiana's father is sketching in his Grail diary and asks, "May he who illuminated this, illuminate me." At the end of the movie, Indiana asks him, "What did you find, Dad?" And his father replies, "Illumination." The best Father's Day movie. Terrific way to wrap up the series. Riding off into the sunset with John Williams blasting. Like and subscribe.